this size of a big nickel tournament would not be possible without the health, financial health, and physical health of our corporate sponsors. I'd like to give a warm hand to, first of all, the marketing director for Big Canada Television, Mr. Al. To his right, the district manager for Air Canada, Mr. Bernie Reed. And a special thanks to Star Bottling and their representative, Kay Whitmore. To my left, one of the gentlemen responsible for the success of this tournament. He's put in many long hours of hard work. I'd like to give a warm welcome to the chairman of the Big Nickel Tournament, Mr. Jerry Monroe. Now to say a few words to us this afternoon, His Worship, the Mayor of Sudbury, Mayor Peter Wong.
Now going to say the closing remarks for this year's event, Mayor Peter Wong of Sudbury.
Thank you very much. Delighted to be to represent the city of Sudbury. Players play, not mentioned. Hockey is a great sport, and hockey is a great part of Sudbury. Many of the players here today will go on to become professional hockey stars as time goes. The rest of the players will become good citizens because hockey develops teamwork and team sport. You learn to get along, team when you win or lose. I'd like to wish both of the teams all the best in this final game. Congratulations, all of you.
Closing remarks by Mayor Peter Wong, I'm sure a sentimental favorite is the Sudbury Major Midgets.
We'd like to ask, open up this envelope. It's the winner of the Big Nickel Tournament 50-50 draw.
Oh, now Bernie Reed from the district manager of Air Canada is going to open up the envelope to determine who the winner is of the coin guessing contest for the NHL Junior 2.
$48.55.
I didn't catch the names there, but we do have a winner for guessing the closest to the number of coins, big nickels in a jar that we've been putting out in the 3 arenas during the Big Nickel Tournament.
We'll ask His Worship, Mayor Peter Wong, to draw the ceremonial first.
And to officially close the closing ceremonies, we have Mayor Peter Wong dropping the puck for the final contest of the week-end-long tournament. He's wishing the best of luck to both teams. Two captains, Carl Noel from Sudbury and Gary Luther from Toronto. the closing ceremonies now. And we'll be back very shortly with the play-by-play with John Walton, the final game of this year's Big Nickel Hockey Tournament.
Hello everyone, my name is John Walton. I'm joined this afternoon by Blaine Smith, and welcome to the Sudbury Arena for the last game of the Midget Championship and the Big Nickel Hockey Tournament here at the Sudbury Arena. This afternoon's Midget Championship game will be between the Toronto Red Wings and our own Sudbury Burgess Powertrain Major Midgets. And Blaine, perhaps you could tell everyone how these two clubs reached the Midget Final.
Okay, John, thank you. The Sudbury Major Midgets and Toronto Red Wings both had unblemished records of 3-0 in the round-robin play. And then we were witness to probably the two most exciting contests of the game here last night when Toronto defeated North Bay Pine Hill 5-4 in overtime, and Sudbury defeated the Sioux Elks 2-1 in overtime. So I think both teams are very fortunate to be here, and I think they're both going to be out to make the most of it and try and win this championship. I know Sudbury, this is the first time they've been in the final since the tournament's inception, as far as the midgets are concerned, and they're really pumped up and ready to go. And the Toronto Red Wings, well, what we can say, they're the Ontario Regional champions from last year. Went on to the Air Canada Championship in Regina, Saskatchewan, and so Sudbury's going to have their work cut out for them with this team.
Well, Blaine, the one thing is this is our only chance for Sudburians anyway to win something in this tournament. Sudbury was shut out of the finals in the Atom, Pee-wee, and the Bantam, so this is the last chance for the locals to win something.
That's right. Yeah, I think Sudbury fans are a little disappointed, and certainly the coaches and managers of the Adams, Pee-wees, and Bantams have to be a little disappointed that they didn't get to the final in your hometown tournament. That's really the one you gear up for. The teams did do reasonably well. They just happened to miss out by a point or two from advancing to the semifinals. And as you say, the Sudbury Burgess Powertrain Major Midgets are the final hope for Sudbury, and I think we're going to have a good crowd on hand here tonight.
Blaine, even though this is in the Sudbury Arena, I would have to think that given the strength of the Toronto Red Wings, the Burgess Powertrain Midgets would be the underdog in this one.
Yeah, you'd have to probably say that, John, due to the fact that the Red Wings have been here before, in the sense that they've, as we said last year, won the Ontario Championship, and Sudbury really hasn't won too much in the last couple of years in the midget division. I think it was 3 years ago that they won the NOHA Championship, but apart from that, they have not fared that well in the Big Nickel tournament, so this is a first for them, and we got to hope that they can pull it off.
Well, it should be a dandy, Blaine. The referee is calling the teams to center ice. We're just about ready to go. 3 15-minute periods in this midget championship final, and the opposing goaltenders, number 30, Charlie Potvin for the Toronto Red Wings, and for the Sudbury Burgess Powertrain Midgets, also number 30, Jeff Chisholm. The puck is dropped, and we're underway in the midget final of the Big Nickel Hockey Tournament. Sudbury gains possession inside their own end, tries to clear it in. It's picked up there by number 12, Bob Duval. He is checked, and the Red Wings come out with the puck now. Duval makes a good play, tries to get in all alone. There's a good scoring chance there. And number 19, Van Simpson, just put it over top of the Red Wing net. A good chance early for Sudbury. The Major Midgets continue to put on the pressure. Back to the point. The shot, fake, put into the corner. A good shot. Oh, and Simpson right at the side of the net. Missed a great chance there. He was on his backhand and couldn't quite pick up the loose puck. Now the Red Wings come right back. Number 6 hit the goal post. Number 6, Sevo Petrovic for the Toronto Red Wings rifled one off the far goal post on the stick side of goaltender Jeff Chisholm. We've had a couple of good scoring chances, and the period is not 1 minute old yet. Now behind the net, number 3, Paul Michaud for the Major Midgets, bringing it up to number 6. Guy Mongeon, he picks up the loose puck over the blue line, looking for some help, tries to go around the defenseman, he does. in close, but no one was there to reach the pass. Behind the net, Sudbury continues to fight for the puck. Ross Wilson, he comes up with it behind the net, looking for someone to pass it to. Still hanging on, up to 14. Oh, and a great save there. Another shot. And Charlie Potvin is a busy man in the early going. 2 or 3 great scoring chances in close for the Sudbury Burgess Powertrain Major Midgets. And they came oh so close, Blaine, opening the scoring in this midget championship affair.
Well, Sudbury are really out of the blocks quickly today, unlike yesterday's semifinal when they started very slowly and were very fortunate not to be behind very early in the contest. They've had some excellent opportunities, but as you say, the Toronto's goaltenders come up big already.
Boy, Charlie Potvin came up big. He robbed Troy Sloat right at the side of the net a couple of times to keep the score tied at 0-0. We're just a minute and a half into the first period. The puck now going into the Sudbury end, handled there by Jeff Chisholm. He winds it around the boards where it's picked up by the Red Wings. And I believe we have our first penalty of the hockey game, and I think it's going to go against Sudbury.
No, it's going to go to number 15, Keith Osborne from the Toronto Red Wings. He interfered with Jeff Chisholm as he went behind to clear the puck behind his own net, and Osborne appeared to go out of his way to knock Chisholm down behind the net, and he got called for it.
All right, Sudbury has carried the play in this first period so far. Now they're going to have the power play opportunity. All right, number 15 for the Red Wings, Keith Osborne in the penalty box, serving a 2-minute penalty for interference, and goaltender Jeff Chisholm. On the face-off, Sudbury gains possession of the puck. They come out of their own zone. Across the red line, it's cleared in there by Jim Smith behind the Toronto Red Wing goal, where number 9, Dan Gauthier, tries to pick it up. Number 4 takes a shot, but it's blocked for the Red Wing defenseman. They gain possession, and number 23 for the Wings clears it the length of the ice. A minute 30 left in the Toronto Red Wing penalty. Keith Osborne off for interference. No score early in the first period of this midget championship game of the Big Nickel tournament at the Sudbury Arena. Behind the Red Wings goal now, a couple of players fall to the ice. It's picked up there though by Sudbury. Back now to Gauthier. Back on the point to Chris Mills. He clears it into the corner. Sudbury fighting for it. Greg Levere picks it up behind the net in front. Oh, and it took a crazy hop all alone. Another shot, and it's blocked by the Red Wing defenseman. And number 9 for the Wings, Fred Pennell, manages to clear it the length of the ice out of harm's way. Just under a minute left now in the Red Wing penalty. Sudbury on the power play. They've had a few good chances, but haven't managed to really severely test goaltender Charlie Potvin just yet.
Well, they have, as you say, John, they've had their chances. They've had some good chances right in front of the net, but they haven't been able to get the puck up and over Charlie Potvin in the net for Toronto. You know, speaking of the goaltenders, we should mention that the Sudbury Burgess Powertrain goaltenders duo of Dino Cirillo and Jeff Chisholm have only allowed 2 goals in 4 games, and therefore earned the top goaltending award.
Well, the whole Sudbury club has played well so far, Blaine, and they're certainly the better team out there. They've had by far the better scoring opportunities, but still no score in the game. We're now 3 minutes and 10 seconds into the first period, and the Burgess Powertrain Major Midgets on the power play, but right now the Red Wings are doing a good job of killing a penalty. In fact, it's in front. We're number 11, a good skate save there by Chisholm on number 11 for the Red Wings. That was John Nelson. Now Sudbury clears the puck back in. Number 19, Van Simpson, jostling along the boards with the Red Wing defenseman. And play is called a stoppage in play. And there's just 11 seconds now in that Red Wing penalty to Keith Osborne. Sudbury trying to get one last chance going before Osborne steps out onto the ice.
That was Sudbury's 17-year-old line, the veteran line from last year's Burgess Powertrain midget team, where they played in the Air Canada Regionals. Mike Kapanen, Van Simpson, and Troy Sloat are all 17-year-olds, where most of the players on this team in the Toronto Red Wings are 16-year-olds.
All right, Blaine. Well, so far the youngsters are taking it to the Red Wings. The Red Wing penalty over now. So Sudbury had a lot of pressure in the Red Wing end zone, but really didn't get a good scoring chance, not a solid shot on goal, so they come away empty-handed, and the first power play opportunity of the game, still no score. 11:15 remaining in the first period. Face off in the Red Wing zone. On the draw, number 6, Guy Mongeon for Sudbury. Up against the Red Wings, number 11, John Nelson. And Sudbury wins it. Oh, and a great chance there. Off the draw, the shot went in between the legs of Charlie Potvin and somehow managed to stay out. He fell on the puck just a few inches in front of that goal line, but a great chance there, Blaine, for the Powertrain Midgets to go ahead.
That's right. Guy Mongeau made a great play from the faceoff, and Ross Wilson was right there looking for a rebound. He banged away at it, trying to knock the puck loose from underneath Potvin's pads.
Very lucky there, Toronto, that they're not trailing by a score of 1-0. Another chance, and that puck bounces into the corner. The Red Wings pick it up and get it over the blue line, but again, Sudbury right on the puck. Picked up by number 21, Ross Wilson. He picks, heading across the blue line now. Takes a long, oh, and that just missed the net, and they score!
Mongeau.
Guy Mongeau on the rebound, and that play was started by Ross Wilson, who picked the puck up outside the blue line, went around 2 or 3 of Toronto's defensemen, and took a long shot. It bounced off the boards, and Mongeau was right there to drive it past Charlie Potvin, and Sudbury, Burgess Powertrain Major Midgets take the lead 1-0.
Well, as we said, Mongeau and Ross Wilson just failed to connect previously to this, and that time Mongeau made no mistake by driving the puck between the pads of Charlie Potvin. But Wilson did all the work, as you say, trapping the puck at the blue line and shooting it in, and just missed himself on the far corner. And Mongeau picked up the rebound off the boards and drove it home. Mongeau
and another Sudbury attacker were left all alone at the side of the Red Wing goal, and Guy was right on the spot and drove that one by goaltender Charlie Potvin to give Sudbury a 1-0 lead. 10:50 remaining in the first period here at the Big Nickel Tournament. Now on the face-off, Sudbury gains possession again. A pass just missed for Greg Levere. That will go the length of the ice. No icing call, though. And Sudbury right on the puck again. Try to clear it in front, but the Red Wings gain possession and bring it out of their own zone. Number 6 for the Red Wings. Clears it in for 43 of Toronto. We have some action in front of the goal there. I didn't quite see what happened there, Blaine.
Well, it looks like number 6 from Toronto, Mitrovic, again skated near the crease of Jeff Chisholm where he trapped the puck, and Sudbury did a good job of defending Chisholm there and knocking Mitrovic down before he can do any damage to the goaltender. As we mentioned, Jeff Chisholm and Dino Cirillo, the 2 goalies for Sudbury, both had shutouts in the round-robin portion of the event. And yet they alternate goaltenders each game. Last night it was Cirillo.
Well, right now it's Jeff Chisholm between the pipes for Sudbury. He has not been tested all that severely yet by Toronto. Sudbury definitely has carried the play, and they're well worth the 1-0 lead they have. 10:18 to go now in the first period. Major Midgets ahead of Toronto 1-0. Now the Red Wings have the puck, bring it over the blue line. A shot there blocked by the Sudbury defense, and they bring it back out. Number 9, Dan Gauthier, a long shot, misses the net, and Potvin steers it behind the goal for his defenseman. Number 3 for the Toronto Red Wings. The Wings bring it up over the blue line, but Sudbury defenseman number 3, Paul Michaud, right on the spot, and he clears it back into the wing zone. They try to start over again. Number 9 now for Toronto, bringing it up. Just misses a good body check there from the Major Midgets. Back to the point. Number 8 tries to get it, goes around number 12, Bob Duval. A shot, oh, and Jeff Chisholm didn't know he had really stopped that. He looked behind him for a moment, but indeed he kicked it out, and play continues. Red Wings get another crack at it, but the Major Midgets gain possession and bring it out for number 19. Van Simpson dumps it in front, but no one could get there. Bob Duval trying to catch up, but he was well covered in that play by the Red Wing defenseman. Now the Wings bring the puck over the blue line. Good check there, but number 9 for the Wings. Freddie Pennell picks it up and tries to dump it into the Sudbury zone. Goaltender Charlie Potvin clears the puck along the glass and takes a crazy hop. We have a stoppage in play. It's 1-0 for the Sudbury Midgets over the Toronto Red Wings. 8 minutes and 49 seconds now left in the first period.
Well, number 12 for Sudbury, Bob Duval, was the hero last night when he scored that overtime goal at about 5 minutes left in the overtime period. Bob played for the Lions Midgets last year, and this year, as a 17-year-old, is on the Major Midgets, just playing just super.
All right, the Wings have a 2-on-1 now. Number 15 goes in. A good save there by Jeff Chisholm, number 15 for the Wings. Keith Osborne took a slap shot, and Chisholm got the blocker on it and steered it off to the corner. We have another stoppage in play, but that by far the best scoring chance the Wings have had in the early going.
Well, the Wings have had a few shots from that far side of the ice surface. Chisholm has come up big on all occasions. They hit the post once. However, as you say, they've had some good shots from over there, but nothing close in, which is a good sign.
All right, Blaine, 8:33 left in the first period. Sudbury over the Toronto Red Wings by a score of 1-0. On the draw, the Wings gain possession. Number 11, John Nelson, fires it back, but the Burgess power train get it again. And number 7 flips it way over the net. Jim Smith trying to... And there's another good scoring chance. The Red Wings defensemen are letting the Sudbury midgets just roam at will in front of that net. They're not laying a glove on them. Two of them were left all alone there, and number 7, Jim Smith, just about poked it by goaltender Charlie Potvin. That would have made it 2-0.
Well, you're right. Dan Gauthier was standing at the edge of the crease, and he had all the time in the world. He tried to poke it through Potvin's pads, but Potvin came up big with the save.
8:19 left in the first period. Sudbury up by a score of 1-0, and the face-off will be in the Toronto Red Wing zone.
Some players we should watch out for, or hockey fans watching this telecast should watch out for, the 17-year-olds in Sudbury Major Midgets. Mike Kapanen had the top scoring honors in this year's tournament with no goals, with 7 assists. Van Simpson had 6 goals. Bob Duval, 1 goal and 5 assists. Troy Sloat, 4 goals and 1 assist. And Greg Levere with 3 goals and 1 assist.
Well, we'll definitely keep our eye on all of those players. So far, the power train midgets have put a lot of pressure on the Red Wings, and they are full value for that 1-0 lead. They have tested Charlie Potvin several times and have been left standing all alone in front of that Toronto goal.
Gary Luther and Fred Pinnell have been the top marksmen for Toronto so far in this tournament.
On the face-off now, the Red Wings gain possession and try to bring it out of their own end. It's brought out there by number 11, John Nelson. Over to number 14, but the power train midgets back, and they clear it out of the zone. Little scrambling now around the Sudbury blue line, but it's picked up by the Red Wings, number 15, Keith Osborne. And he can't do anything with it, and the play goes back out to center ice. 7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first period. Sudbury leading 1-0. They now have the puck and try to bring it over the Toronto red line. Toronto blue line, rather. And Paul Michaud clears it in along the Red Wing board. Now all alone in front, and there again, they score!
That's Bob Duval.
Bob Duval, and again, the Red Wing defenseman. No one laid a glove on Bob Duval, and he had not one but 2 cracks at it. Charlie Potvin kicked out the first one, but went down, and Duval just tucked it up over his glove side, and that makes it 2-0. And Blaine, the Toronto Red Wing defenseman looked almost flat-footed out there. Certainly the Sudbury power train midgets have to jump on them, and the score indicates it. It's now 2-0.
Well, again, the captain line did a great job forechecking, and as you say, the Red Wing defense seemed to be running around a little bit in their own end, and Duval was left all alone.
Well, it's 2-0 now for Sudbury, and I think this is a little bit of a surprise. As we set off the start of the show, we thought maybe Sudbury would be the underdog, but so far it's the Red Wings that are playing a little tentative, and Sudbury is taking it right to them. And again, good forechecking created the goal-scoring opportunity. Bob Duval making it 2-0.
Well, I think Sudbury got a real big lift last night when they won that overtime game. They really wanted it badly, and they got it. And now they're going to do whatever they can to make the most of it and win this championship.
All right, on the face-off, Sudbury wins the draw, tries to clear it out, and it just does get over the blue line. The Wings clear it back in, and number 6 for the Wings caught in there, and it's whistled down on the offside.
They didn't give any assist to anyone on Duval's goal, but I have to credit Paul Michaud, number 3 from Sudbury, who dumped the puck in the end zone, and Mike Kapanen for digging it out from the corner.
Mike Kapanen did a lot of good work on that one
They
play.
didn't give him an assist for some reason.
Well, it won't go down in the scorebook, but certainly he deserved one. He created the loose puck. Sudbury was going to the attack, but number 14 fanned on it, and the Wings go to the attack instead, bringing it into the Sudbury end, but right on the spot, and the midgets cleared out of their own zone. 6:54 left in the first period now. 2-0 for Sudbury. A bit of a surprise over the Toronto Red Wings, and the Sudbury club full value for that 2-0 lead. Now the Wings try to go to the attack again. It's brought over the blue line. Good move there by number 6 for the Wings, Savo Mitrovic. He went around one Sudbury defenseman, but the wrist shot really didn't give Jeff Chisholm too much trouble, and he hangs on for the face-off in the Sudbury end.
Mitrovic's a dangerous hockey player too. He had 2 goals and an assist in the first 3 games of the tournament, and he certainly has to be watched.
6:38 left in the first period. 2-0 Sudbury over the Toronto Red Wings. The Wings pick it up. Good forechecking there, but a good recovery by Paul Michaud, and they clear it out of harm's way down the ice. And there's some good forechecking by number 7, Jimmy Smith for Sudbury. However, he's rode off the puck, and Toronto just dumps it down into the powertrain end zone. Number 15 down there, Carl Noel, trying to do something with it. And the puck ends up over the glass. The play is stopped. 6:10 now left in the first period. Sudbury leading 2-0.
You have to give a lot of credit for the Sudbury's early success so far this year to the coaching staff of head coach Mike Hafey and co-coaches Russ Farnell and Barry McCrory. Certainly they deserve a lot of credit for the team's play.
They're certainly playing well so far, Blaine. Right now they get it over, and here's the Wings defenseman. Oh, and Mike Kapanen there just missed a chance to win all alone. He skated right over top of the puck. The Wings now have it in their own end, and they bring it out. A long lead pass for number 9. He picks it up going down deep into the Burgess zone. Passes it back. No one was there, and Sudbury picks up the loose puck coming back. It's a 2-on-2 now. Number 18, Chris Mills, dumped it off for Bob Duval, but he couldn't pick it up, and the Wings take over. Play now along the Red Wings blue line. Bobby Duval fighting along the boards, trying to do something with it. Kapanen has to wait for him to come back over, but would have been offside. Play a little scrambly now. The Wings come up with the loose puck. Number 2 for Toronto, Dave Casson, over the red line, into the blue line. Keeps going with it, but he's rode off in the play. And Sudbury takes over. Troy Slode came back to help out there and then cleared it behind the net. That puck is going the length of the ice. Could be icing. Well, the icing call is waved off. And Slode has it right in front there. The Red Wing defenseman just handed it to him. And he in turn handed it right back, looking for someone to pass it to, and he couldn't find anyone. Good move there by Carl Noel. He takes it into the Red Wing zone. A fast period of hockey, just over 4 minutes left to play. Sudbury leading by a score of 2-0. Now the Red Wings bring it out over their own blue line, up over the red line, and they fire it into the Sudbury zone, where Jeff Chisholm goes behind. Oh, and he's hammered in behind the net there. For the Red Wings, number 18, Steve Ablett.
Well, again, John, Jeff Chisholm out wandering around behind his net, and the second time he's been knocked down, that time there was no penalty on the play because it was a clean check and he did have possession of the puck, so there's definitely no interference there. He's got to be a little careful going behind there.
He'll have to be a lot more careful, Blaine. He really got hammered there behind the net, and it's a good thing there was a Sudbury defenseman on hand to pick up that loose puck, or it very well could have been a 2-1 hockey game with that net unguarded. 4 minutes and 20 seconds now left in the first period of play. Our trained midgets are up by a score of 2-0, and as we said many times before, they are full value for that 2-0 lead. On the face-off, Sudbury gains possession. Michaud behind the net, clears it up along the boards, and Sudbury flip it out of their own zone, but the Wings pick it up. However, it's picked off there by Jimmy Smith. He goes in all alone, and a good save by Charlie Potvin on Jimmy Smith of the Sudbury Midgets. 4 minutes and 4 seconds now left in the first period. 2-0 for Sudbury. And the Red Wings really haven't had all that many good scoring chances, at least so far, in the early going. All right, face-off now in the Red Wing zone. On the draw will be number 10, Greg Levere for Sudbury, against the Wings, number 6, Savo Mitrovic. On the draw, Sudbury wins it, feeds it into the slot. Oh, and a good backhand there, and a better save by Charlie Potvin. Oh, it could very well have been 3-0. All right, play still in the Toronto end zone. battling along the boards. Puck comes out over the blue line, but it's cleared right back in by Jimmy Smith. And number 10 in there fighting for it is Greg Levere. Levere has it again now, looking for someone to pass it to. He can, and a good block there by number 13 of the Wings, and he brings it up over the blue line. Toronto just trying to relieve some of that pressure and get regrouped. They clear it into the Sudbury end, but there's another defender right there, and it comes out to Jimmy Smith, number 7. He's trying to get around the Wings defenseman and get it over to number 9, Danny Gauthier. He does, but it's picked up there by a Toronto defenseman. Just over 3 minutes left in the first period now. 2-0 for Sudbury over the Toronto Red Wings. Play in the Sudbury zone. Good move there by number 15 for the Red Wings. Looking for someone to pass it to. Still has the puck in the corner. Finally, it's whistled down. 2:54 to go in the first period of play.
Play is starting to get a little bit choppy now, John. Players taking some runs at each other, and we're going to get a penalty call here now. It looks like a roughing call to the Toronto Red Wings. Referee Brent Belzile has been letting a lot of the fractions go here as long as they didn't get carried away. But he's called one on number 15, Keith Osborne.
Again, that's Osborne's second penalty of the game. Only been 2 penalties called, and he's went to the penalty box both times. So that'll give Sudbury. Now we hear the announcement. It's Keith Osborne. Couldn't quite hear what the penalty was for, but Sudbury on the power play goes right to the attack. And a shot there by Mike Kapanen is gloved by Charlie Potvin. And he decides to hang on and regroup in the Red Wing zone. 2:44 left in the first period. 1:50 left on the Sudbury power play, and they're leading 2-0 and would dearly love to go to a 3-0 lead.
Well, again, Sudbury has that veteran line out of Kapanen, Simpson, and Duval, with rookie Keith Whitmore and Mark Garrow on defense.
Well, a good effort there by the Red Wings, number 9, Fred Pennell, but he can't clear it. Sudbury maintains possession in the wing zone. Now it does skip out over the blue line, and they'll have to go back and regroup. Mark Garrow with the puck, trying to clear it in. He does. He's still with it. However, an offside on the play. Well, there wasn't an offside, actually. Back into the Sudbury zone now, over the blue line, and Van Simpson clears it into the Toronto corner, where Pennell will try to hang on, and he does, getting a face-off with 1:14 left in Osborne's penalty and in the Sudbury power play.
As you mentioned, John, most of these players on the ice are 16 years of age and some 17-year-olds. A lot of people don't realize that number 5 for Sudbury, Keith Whitmore, is only 14 years old, and he's playing with the Major Midgets. This is his first year. Last year he played Major Bantam. He's very young, but very strong and very agile, and he's been a real bonus to the defense of the Sudbury team.
Well, certainly it's been a good team effort so far for Sudbury, and they lead 2-0. Play is whistled down again. Just 1:09 now left in the Osborne penalty and the Sudbury power play. 2:03 left in the first period of this midget championship game at the Big Nickel tournament at the Sudbury Arena. As far as the 2 goaltenders go, Blaine, Charlie Potvin has been by far the busier of the 2. He's had several big saves to make, and Sudbury players left unattended in front of that Toronto goal. On the play now, back into the Red Wing zone. Sudbury has possession along the boards. Ross Wilson with it, dumps it into the corner. Number 6 all alone in front, a shot, and Wilson just missed the net there. He was all alone at the side of the net. Sudbury maintains possession. A long slap shot there by Paul Michaud is blocked away by Potvin, but they still have possession, Sudbury. And a clearing pass over to Ross Wilson. He was all alone, and it bounced off his skates, and the Wings get it and clear it the length of the ice. Just 33 seconds now left in the Osborne penalty. The Powertrain Midgets, this will be about their last chance to regroup and get another chance going. Red Wings pick up the puck. However, for 14, Troy Sloat regains possession, tries to get it in. He still has it. Ross Wilson picks it up now along the boards. He's looking for someone. A pass there just failed to click with Guy Mongeon. And the Powertrain Midgets still maintain possession all alone. A good save there by Potvin. Back to the point. He shoots it. And it's picked off by number 8 for the Wings, who clears it down the ice. That was Jeff Gould. and that is icing. The penalty is over, and Sudbury fails to capitalize, but certainly, Blaine, they had lots of good scoring chances. They just couldn't quite finish off the play.
That's right. They're not quite setting up as well as they might hope for, but as you say, they're getting some shots on goal, and that's really what you want, especially on a power play, and hope for some rebounds or some deflections, and they can jump out into a 3-0 lead here if they can get a couple breaks.
Well, they could have been leading 3-0 if they could have finished off at least one of those plays, but power play goes for naught, and it's still 2-0 Sudbury. We're now down under 1 minute to go in the first period. Play now in the Sudbury zone, and it's whistled down along the boards. There's 37 seconds left in the first period of this midget championship hockey game.
One player has probably been very frustrated from Sudbury is Ross Wilson, number 21. He's really the talk of the arena here lately by the OHL scouts in attendance because of his size and his ability, and he's been frustrated on a number of occasions of putting that puck in the net. He had 3 assists in his first 3 games, but no goals, so we're looking for Ross to come through here with a couple today.
And he's certainly, Blaine, been involved in the play in the first period, but here come the Wings. A good shot there. Oh, and misplayed by Chisholm. The puck bounces wildly over top of the net. However, it's cleared away. 12 seconds left. Another shot blocked at the defense by Sudbury, and they managed to get it out over the blue line. And that should just about do it for this first period of play. The Wings bring it over the red line, take a long shot. That will do it. Sudbury carries that 2-0 lead into the second period. Blaine, the Wings were starting to come on just as those final minutes wound down in that first period of play.
That's right. I think Sudbury's pretty happy that there's going to be a break here before we start our second period, just to kind of regroup. And we'll be right back in the second period.
Do you have a keen interest in television? Has your doctor told you to get out of the house? Worried because you don't know what to do? Well, call right now. No, don't write. Call this number, 560-1560. Ask for community programming. Become a volunteer. Learn camera, audio, editing, and much, much more. But please, don't wait. Make your call today. Make your doctor happy. Call 560-1560. Ask for community programming.
Share a little bit of yourself without even knowing. When you share a little bit of yourself, you'll find good feelings growing. Share a little bit that feels so warm inside. You share yourself and your heart opens wide. When you share a little bit of yourself, you'll find good feelings growing. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Mormons.
You know, children can really touch your heart sometimes. But the children you've been looking at are not like all children because they are desperately poor. So poor they can't take anything for granted. Not nourishing food, decent housing, medicine, not even the chance to hope for something better. Hello, I'm Dorothy Hamill. You know, I used to wonder how I could help, how I could make a difference to a child. Well, I found one of the best ways. I sponsor a child in a developing country through Foster Parents Plan. It gives me the chance to help, while my foster child has a chance to grow up in her own family with a better future. You can choose a boy or a girl, the age of the child, and the country where you'd like to help. Please don't wait. A desperately poor child is waiting for you. Please call now. Foster Parents Plan. Because your love does make the difference.
I am Astar, a robot. I can put my arm back on. You can't, so play safe.
Hi, I'm Ricky Schroeder. Safety equipment is important to everyone who plays sports. The right kind of helmets, pads, guards, and supports can make the difference between having a good time and being put out of action by an injury. So when it comes to safety equipment, choose it and use it. And don't forget, the best equipment you've got is under your helmet. Use your head and be safe. This message is from the Will Rogers Institute, White Plains, New York.
Sudbury Community Television, TV 7.
All right, we're back at the Sudbury Arena, the Midget Championship game of the Big Nickel Tournament, and the Sudbury Burgess Powertrain Major Midgets. A bit of a surprise in the early going anyway, Blaine, leading the Toronto Red Wings by a score of 2-0. We're all set to get underway now, and the puck is dropped and the second period is underway. Red Wings win the draw and clear it into the Sudbury zone. Chisholm comes out and he says he's had enough of that. He's going to hang on to it. And the play is whistled down. Guy, or rather, number 6 for Toronto, Savo Mitrovic, right on his doorstep.
That's right. The Toronto goaltenders played very well during the round-robin portion as well. They had 7 goals against in 3 games for a 2.33 goals against average. As we mentioned, Sudbury in the 3 games only had 1 goal scored against them in 3 games, so they're the top goaltenders.
And right there, Jeff Chisholm had to be sharp on that one. Right off the face-off, the Red Wings won it, and a wrist shot. He blocked it with the blocker and decided again to hang on and get a face-off. We played just 10 seconds into this second period of play, and Sudbury is leading by a score of 2-0. Face-off in the Powertrain end zone. Draw won by the Red Wings. Back to the point, a long shot, bounces off the side of the net. The Red Wings pick up the rebound, and again, Jeff Chisholm decides to hang on to the puck and get a whistle in his own end.
I tell you, the Toronto forwards are really pushing their way into that crease area. Sudbury defense are going to have to really stand up and keep them away from there, because they keep jabbing away and hacking away at the puck, and sooner or later they're going to knock it loose and they're going to have an empty net to shoot at.
Well, as we noted, Blaine, as the period wound to a close, the first period, the Red Wings seem to be gaining some momentum, and I think they've carried it over into the second period, because the puck has been out of the Sudbury zone early in this second period of play. 2-0 for Sudbury. We've played just 17 seconds into this second period, and the face-off again in the Sudbury zone. Won again by Toronto, but Sudbury manages to regain possession of the puck. They fail to clear it, though. Paul Michaud winds it around behind the net, where Chris Mills tries to pick it up. Good check there by the Red Wings, and they come right in. Good forechecking there by Toronto, trying to regain possession of the puck. Now it's brought out by Ross Wilson, who we just talked about having a good period of play, and the linesman gets caught up and gets in the way there, and Red Wings pick up the loose puck and bring it in. There's a long shot by number 22 for Toronto. That missed the mark, and a heavy hit by the Red Wings, and another long shot to the point. Chisholm once more hangs on and decides to get a stoppage in play.
Well, Chisholm's been coming out of the net quite a bit to, as we talked about earlier, to smother the puck, but he's also been challenging the shooters, coming way out of the net, shutting down those angles, and on that particular occasion, he was a good 7 or 8 feet in front of his goal and gloved the puck for a whistle.
And the Sudbury defensemen, too, are standing tall in front of that goal, and they're helping him out quite a bit, which is almost the opposite of what's happening in front of the Red Wing goal, and that's indirectly what led to the 2 Sudbury goals. 14:07 left to play in this second period. The Powertrain Midgets leading the Toronto Red Wings 2-0. The face-off in the Sudbury zone. On the draw will be number 21, Ross Wilson. Make that Greg Levere for Sudbury. Red Wings win the draw and clear it into the Sudbury zone, where they try to pick it up again, but Jimmy Smith is on the spot, and he clears it out of the zone and out of harm's way. Red Wings right on it, though. They clear it back into the Sudbury zone. Good forechecking there by number 10 for Toronto, Mark Del Duca. Comes to naught, though, and Jimmy Smith, puck bounces off him into the crowd, and we have yet another stoppage in play.
Jimmy Smith, the real hustler for the Burgess Powertrain team, was in last night's game. He muscled a lot of defensemen off the puck and creates a lot of good scoring opportunities for his fellow linesmen, and he's been playing really well throughout the event. He doesn't score that many goals or get that many points, but he certainly gets the job done.
Yes, he has. He's had a good period of hockey and good game, rather, and he's been involved in most of the big plays. Play underway again now, and Sudbury gains possession in the Toronto end. Number 12 hustling in there, Bobby Duval. He has one of the Sudbury goals this afternoon, and they're 2-0 lead. And number 19, Van Simpson, tries to carry it over the line. He still has possession of the puck along the boards, but he's checked there by the Red Wings, and they come out. It's a 2-on-1 now. Going down, number 18, he winds, he shoots, and there's a good save by Jeff Chisholm on the blocker. Number 18 for Toronto, electing to shoot. He had the other player with him, but Steve Ablett decided to go ahead and fire it in. A good save, Jeff Chisholm, and as Blaine noted earlier, Jeff coming way out of his net, cut down the angle. Wings again take possession of the puck. Sloppy play there by the defenseman number 2, Dave Casson. However, they do bring it out, and again the Wings are on the attack. They flip it in, and Chisholm decides to hang on to the puck. And Blaine, with 12:45 left in the period, the Toronto Red Wings are starting to get more and more scoring chances.
They are, John. They're certainly getting some more shots on goal, but they're still coming from fairly far out, which is a good sign for the Sudbury fans, because they're not going to score that many goals against a fellow like Jeff Chisholm from very far out like that. And a lot of the shots are floaters and some wrist shots, so he'll just continue to grab them, hang on, get a whistle, slow the play down, and not let Toronto get any momentum going for themselves.
Thing is, too, though, Sudbury hasn't had a shot on goal in quite some time, at least a good scoring chance, and we'll see if that changes around as this second period wears on.
Well, you certainly hope Sudbury don't try and sit back and protect that 2-goal lead, because in midget hockey, you just can't afford to do that. You've got to keep going out after them and try and get as many goals as you can while playing tight defensively as well.
All right, on the face-off, Sudbury wins it, but then loses it in the corner. Red Wings pick it up. Number 43 for the Wings out there tries to get a shot, but the power train midgets gain possession and clear it the length of the ice, and that's the icing call. 12:28 now to play in this second period. The midget championship game of the Big Nickel Hockey Tournament, with Sudbury a 2-0 leader over the Toronto Red Wings. But the momentum, the flow of play has been changing just a bit in this period, and Toronto have been getting a few shots, as Blaine noted, most of them from far out. Face-off now in the Sudbury end. On the draw, the Red Wings win it. They try to get it back to the point, but it's picked up there by Ross Wilson. And going out is Guy Mongeau. He's got 3 of them now. Number 14, and the one defenseman back for the Red Wings managed to block that shot. The 3 Sudbury players all alone, and number 14, Troy Sloat, cleared it right into the Red Wing defenseman. Otherwise, they would have had Charlie Potman at their mercy. Now the Red Wings come back. They have the play in the Sudbury end. They still have possession of that puck. Number 11 along the boards fighting for it, but he's rode off in the play, and the Sudbury club brings it back out. There again is Ross Wilson with it, and somehow that puck gets deflected up into the crowd, and it's time for fresh troops on both sides.
Well, that line of Mongeau, Wilson, and Sloat scored the first goal of the game for Sudbury, and they've been playing very well and putting a lot of pressure on the Toronto defense. And really, that line has had, I think, the best scoring opportunities, along with the 17-year-old line of Kapanen.
11:48 now left in this second period of play. Sudbury ahead by a score of 2-0. Red Wings win the draw back in their own end now. Number 22 for Toronto. Twists and turns, bringing it up. Tries to feed number 19, but the pass misses, and this could be an icing call. It is. And the play will now come back into the Toronto end zone with 11:33 remaining in this second period of play.
Well, both sides are skating very well. It's a very fast game, as you mentioned, John. The first period went by very quickly. Both clubs are working very hard and skating very hard, and makes for a very entertaining hockey game.
It has been an entertaining game so far. The Red Wings, a lot of long shots on Jeff Chisholm and the Sudbury goal, but certainly its play is evening out a little bit here, and face-off in the Red Wing zone. Sudbury wins it back to the point now. Jimmy Smith tries to clear it over, and it's intercepted there. The Red Wings trying to get a breakaway. Smith rides him up. Chisholm comes out of the net. He's out of the net. And a great save there by number 5, Keith Whitmore. Stopped a sure Red Wing goal. Chisholm was way out of the net. No one was there, and Whitmore stuck his stick out and stopped that puck. Red Wings still with the pressure on, a long shot. That's saved by Chisholm. They try again, and that puck just goes scooting by the Red Wing, or rather the Sudbury goal. And to relieve the pressure, Jimmy Smith clears at the length of the ice. Sudbury is called for icing, but certainly a dangerous point there for Sudbury, and had it not been for Keith Whitmore, Blaine, we would have had ourselves a 2-1 hockey game.
Well, you're right on. I'm not sure who the Toronto shooter was, but he had a wide open net to shoot at, and Whitmore very smartly stuck his stick out, because that's all he could do to have any hope of blocking that shot, and hit the shaft of the stick and scoot it out the other side. Very fortunate.
If he could have got it over the stick, it probably would have went into the net. But the score remains with 10:59 left in the second period, 2-0 to the Sudbury Midgets. Play now in the Sudbury zone. The Red Wings have possession again now. Back to the point. Number 2 for Toronto is checked there. And the puck comes out over the blue line. It's shot back in, and Toronto will be called on the offside.
Van Simpson doing a good job checking Dave Casson at the point there and preventing a shot, preventing him from dumping the puck in the corner. And we've got a face-off outside the blue line now.
As you mentioned too, Blaine, it's been a fast game, and it's been a fairly clean game. Just a couple of minor penalties, both to Keith Osborne of the Red Wings, both for minor infractions. It's been mostly skating and scoring chances. And now the Red Wings have another one, all alone in front, but they lose it. Regain possession, cleared behind the net where number 17 goes after it for Toronto. Oh, and a good hit there by the Red Wing on number 12 for Sudbury, Bobby Duval. Behind the Sudbury goal now, it's Chris Mills trying to clear it up. He fails, and the Red Wings have a good scoring chance. Oh, and number 17 for Toronto should have shot it. Instead, he tried to pass it, and he partially fanned on it, and Sudbury gained possession. And he scored!
Oh, great goal.
A great goal there.
Bobby Duval, second of the game.
Bob Duval is second one of the game, and oftentimes when you see it where one club misses a good scoring chance, the other one will come back and capitalize, and that's just what the Sudbury Major Midgets did there. They came right back. Bobby Duval playing a fantastic game up on that right wing, makes it 3-0 for the Sudbury Burgess Powertrain Midgets. We'll have to wait and see who draw the assists in that one, but there's 10:07 now left in this second period, and Sudbury goes ahead 3-0.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Bobby Duval scored that big goal last night in the semifinal game, and again today, 2 goals. Last year he led the midget league in scoring in Sudbury with the Lions Hockey Club.
Well, he didn't make any mistake on that one. A good wrist shot. Beat goaltender Charlie Potvin of Toronto. And another shot. They score again! No, the referee says no goal. I don't know, Blaine. It certainly looked in. Ross Wilson went behind the net. It appeared it went right between the legs of Charlie Potvin, but the referee says no go, and they're going to disallow the goal. Certainly, it looked in from here.
Well, that's the second time the goal judge has put the light on down there, and the referee has ruled it off, saying it was no goal. It looked to me like the puck scooted between the pads of Potvin.
Well, again, the Red Wing defenseman appeared to be napping. The puck bouncing crazily around again. Sudbury wins the draw, and they go right to the attack, trying to get that goal back. It's already 3-0. Ross Wilson, as we said, in the thick of it again. Wings managed to clear it out. Number 43, bringing it over the blue line, trying to find someone to pass it to. He's knocked off the puck, and here comes Sudbury again. It's a 2-on-2. There's Ross Wilson going after it, partially deflects it, and Keith Whitmore manages to clear it the rest of the way into the Toronto end. Red Wings now regain possession. Number 88, Matthew Brate, clearing it around the boards. Whitmore fanned on it, and Toronto takes over. Now number 41 for the Red Wings, trying to get it into their own end. A slap shot. Oh, and a dangerous bounce there, right onto the stick of the Red Wing player. Behind the goal now, number 8, he comes right in front of the goal. And no one there to tuck it in. Certainly a good chance there for the Red Wings. Number 8, Jeff Gould, came right around from behind the net, and luckily that did not hit any skates and go into the Sudbury goal. Now number 10 for Sudbury, and they call it down on the offside. Greg Levere, if that hadn't been offside, they would have had about a 3-man breakaway. Again, some lax play.